Hey friends, I'm tackling Sparrow control today and wanted to give my thoughts on the game mode. The build being used is not too important, but if you wanted to know, Traveler's Chosen and an Adrenaline Junkie Elsie's Rifle, where I'm using Magnetic Grenade to get Devour, and then Elsie's Rifle to potentially farm the spawn. I later pivoted to Repost and Touch of Malice because it seemed to do a better job, and Touch of Malice has a cool interaction where you can dump into the bottom bullet, shoot him once, and throw a magnetic grenade. And on lower resiliences, it does pick up the kill, but sometimes I'll have to put a second bullet in during that first magnetic explosion. So, very, very good for kill chaining. Astrocyte's very good for keeping me alive in the hectic scenario of 8v8 Sparrow control. I was at GCX when this game mode originally premiered, so I didn't get to try it. I'd rather like shake hands with subscribers, tell them that I appreciate them, and so on. This repost also was a machine gun. I thought its range might be too low, but it was fantastic. Highly recommend. I wish the snipe footage made it in, but matchmaking wasn't kind to me today. First, I'm going to talk about Sparrow control, then I'm going to talk about matchmaking overall. My biggest complaint, high-key, is the Sparrow and Sparrow control, not necessarily the 8v8. Like, yes, it is more hectic, but when you add those 4 extra players, suddenly the loadout options where they might have had a lower percent chance of working in 6s have a significantly higher chance of working in 8s. So for example, Skyburner's Oath. Yes, I forgot the name. My memory's been killing me lately. But Skyburner, you tag him once with Scorch, then you throw a Incendiary Nade, and you can get an even bigger ignition chain. A Trinity Ghoul goes crazy in this mode. I can just look on this page. Bad Juju, bigger kill chaining. Touch of Malice, I was having a great time with Devour with that. Aegis Scepter kill chaining. Pretty much, if you can get a multi-kill through some sort of explosion, then 8v8 is better than 6v6 if that's the sole reason you're queuing into it. The Sparrows, though, really interrupt the flow of gameplay. I'm on Astrocyte, which is some of the fastest movement in the game for getting from point A to point B, and oftentimes I don't even need the Sparrow. And it's kind of weird in Sparrow control. I know I've talked about this before in the last version of Sparrow control. If you get on the Sparrow to ram and like have fun, well, then you just get shot by people playing to win. But if you're both on the Sparrow, you can't ram each other. So you're kind of just sitting there doing circles like a biker gang. And actually, you should watch my old Sparrow control video. I'll try to link that in the description if I remember. That one was genuinely funny. Freezing players, then ramming them with the Sparrow. So I get like the comedic part of wanting the Sparrow in there, but I feel like it impedes on the gunplay so much that I would rather it not be there. The Sparrows linger on the floor, they become bombs. I like that they block the radar, but the extra players and the Sparrows and the fact that I'm using Blink, I know this one's self-induced, the player collision and the Sparrow collision knock me back so much that it messes up my Blink angles and it's very frustrating. Of course, I could just float with a Dawn Blade and probably farm in this mode. I think that's really it with Sparrow control. It's 8v8 better for kill chaining, so if that's what you're into, mode might be more fun than 6v6, but with the extra player congestion, you're going to find that you get crossfired from angles you didn't even know exist. If you have to carry because of bad lobby balancing / matchmaking, good luck, because instead of getting like possibly a 1v3 in an opposite spawn, it is now a 1v4. And good luck with the special ammo, because all I pretty much ate in this mode was not primaries, it was just a shotgun or a fusion rifle after I carefully weaved through the death ball to kind of break it up with an ability. Finally got the primary one, just immediately shotgun. And that could have been my opener for getting Devour and completely ripping a team in half. But nope, they always have fusion rifle, shotgun, or a grenade launcher. I don't like special weapons. So anyway, since I'm in a ranting mood right now, let's just talk about matchmaking right now. So Sparrow control, regular control, and Rift Route. 8v8, 6v6, 6v6. Those are higher player population or higher player count game modes, which means to get a match started, they need more players, obviously. John Madden or whatever. All of these have problems with matchmaking right now. If you have a team of 3 that can use the sprint key and hit at least half of their shots, you are going to go uncontested in these game modes and practically mercy every game unless there's like a top 1% player in your match to say no to that. But they also got to be using a pretty decent meta option to force the match not to mercy, and it still feels like a foregone conclusion. Ironically, completely out of your control. It doesn't matter if you go to control, Sparrow control, or Rift. It's going to be partially filled lobbies. It's going to be 3v3 or 4v4 somehow instead of what should be 8v8 as advertised. And the fire teams kind of just run stuff. So it feels like such a waste of the matchmaking time to get the exact same lobby against the exact same players against the exact same fire team. So it kind of leaves me to only trials as the populated game mode, but I don't like trials. I'm not going to get a match in comp. It's going to mongoose. Rumble it's more of a mood for me. Am I in the mood to be using an SMG playing against new lights? Trying to kill farm with another SMG, kill farm keep up against another SMG player in this playlist? And the answer is most of the time, no. I don't feel like farming new lights in this playlist. I'm sorry. I think the SBMM in this game mode needs to be a lot stricter so that the game can be more playable. Because Rumble is more fun when everybody can shoot. It's a really fun dynamic mode because whoever's on top of the scoreboard, they get the most aggro on them and everybody respects it because they're all playing to win. You catch players in here of all different skill levels, but mostly I always recognize one high skill player and then the rest of them might as well be noobs. And the noobs don't play to win, they play to lose less. They will, even if I'm not in the lead, they will run to as far back as they possibly can and just hide in the corner and sometimes third person me. And I'm like, dude, how are you supposed to make the scoreboard go up if you're doing that? Then there's the AFKers. And then, because all of these are struggling for population, the connections are bad when the match finally starts. It's the longest the queue can possibly go without mongoosing to start off with the same players, the same fire team, and then the same bad connection, which even if I threw on meta to try to carry it, that bad connection might be the only thing that hinders me from keeping it or preventing the mercy. So big difference between control and rift matchmaking. Let's see if it even says it. Outlier protection, open skill. Control is absolutely stricter matchmaking, whatever this means. I have a little diagram that I usually bring up on stream that shows up exactly what all these matchmaking terms mean. But in my experience, control is typically going to have higher skilled players present in my lobby, both on my team and as my opponents. Rift is going to be a mixed bag of new lights, but the lobby balancing is fairly decent, but it's an objective mode, and I don't think the MMR or combat rating that the matchmaking is working off of does a good enough job of anticipating which players have any sort of brain when it comes to playing an objective. And then Sparrow control, like, I want to take advantage of the 8v8 chaos, but the Sparrows really ruin it for me. There are a case to be made with Sparrows where I guess you can get on a Sparrow to spawn trap a little bit harder. I know I was doing that on Eternity to keep them off A flag and the house spawn almost simultaneously. It'd be like, get a double on one, Sparrow to the other, get a double again, go back to the other, kill the original two as they're spawning up again. And yeah, you can use a Sparrow for that, I guess. But you could also just play Top Tree Dawnblade with a Eager Edge Sword or something like that and do something very similar. Anything else while it's on the top of mind before I shift to gameplay? I think Trials is the only place where I can reasonably find a player population, keep it fairly casual after I go flawless, but I just don't like the game mode. Kind of like Rift with the round resetting being very jarring, but fair. 4v4 Rift would be so much better than 6v6, by the way. It would also make sense to cut down on the snowballing. Like, I get it, but when I queue 6v6 or 8v8, I kind of do want to snowball with the kill chaining. That's the point of having all those unnecessary extra players to add to the chaos. The reward for weaving through that is a fat 7th column. And it's more fun to do that with things that take a little bit more dexterity. So that is what drives me to re-queue to those playlists so much more than the other playlists in this game. I wish that there was a 4v4 casual playlist for real though. And a 4v4 competitive playlist for real though. That number works so much better in public matchmaking. So anyway, back to Trials. The elimination game mode, I feel like I'm watching the ghost if I'm playing for fun too much. And I also feel like I'm ruining others' time if I try too much. I know I talked about this in the other video, so Trials just isn't for me. But when I have listed all these options, right, Bad, unplayable, bad, bad, unplayable. It's just, what am I supposed to do? I have to play Trials. It's the only place to go. Okay, anyway, rant aside, enjoy the gameplay. The instant I ended that recording, I had a thought, and that is, I should just boot up the console from now on. I don't think I can play mouse and keyboard in this game anymore, just because the infrastructure for matchmaking doesn't have enough players interested in these playlists, and or the fireteam problem just kind of walls you out of participating. So maybe I just go to console where the population's a little bit bigger and try to come up with some controller loadouts that I find fun beyond my usual go-tos. So in the comment section, if you play controller, tell me your favorite loadouts. Now enjoy the gameplay. So I'm trying out 8v8 Sparrow control. Don't know how it's gonna go. Got an adrenaline junkie set up with magnetics. Right, we have sparrows. That could be going faster. For when they try to wrap back around, already have the rift to escape to. I can't see through that HUD. They're gonna spawn on top of me here in a sec too. Alright, AJ time? Maybe? I'm out. Should gathering light. This is a bad habit of mine of cooking the grenade because of a handheld supernova. So I try to like half cook it so I can release it. Wow, my team is held back. This enemy team is good. Just every angle covered. And the thing is, I thought I was doing work there. I was keeping tabs on like where they were positioned, where my team was positioned. It's like they can't possibly have every angle, but they did. Gonna get ready for the magnet. And let's start feasting. I'm gonna have to combo my damage. Maybe not. No, they already spawned up too fast. I can build up Adrenaline Junkie just by getting kills though. That was an opponent. I thought that was a teammate. Another AJ. We keep going. I lost my my perk. Wait, that was Illumina. Buff me, brother. We got this. I'm gonna get shot in the back here in a sec. Yeah, I'm immediately gonna split. I already have my nade back, so I'm just gonna use it. AJ proc soon? Oh, I'm just throwing that randomly. Let's see what it hits. I couldn't strafe because of the planets, whatever this is. A double, maybe more though. AJ2. Huge. Gold in a sec. Radar blocked. Yeah, he got me with the 2 verse first.
You took them, now hold them. Zone C lost. Enemy has zone.
Damn. Didn't cross correctly. I can't blink out. Works for me. Huge. Let's dig out of this spawn.
Zone B lost. Enemy
I have melee for when. Psych. Oh, hold up. That's huge. Oh, man. I think the correct play was just continue blinking. I thought if I hug that wall, they would block each other's vision, then I'd get a double, and then just blink up as the third guy is finally like impatient enough to peek. Ooh, that one's bad. Unlucky Shiras. When there's so many of those going on, like, this is what I expected 8v8 to be, pretty much, just getting supered the whole game. Orb chained.
get those zones back. Zone B captured.
About to lock him down again. Come on, Super, get the kill. It's really awkward to navigate where I just was with Blink. I guess you gotta go out of bounds to do anything. I'll do that next time. Just take the timer. Child of the Old Gods goes in. Oh, that was a beautiful blink to get behind the enemy lines. About to get my devour. Just gun him. Am I getting a second super? I think I might. Huge. Throw the super! There we go. I don't think I've ever got that before, so interesting that you can just unlock it out in the wild. Well, that's about as I expected the Sparrow control experience. It's so hard to keep tabs on 8 players. Okay, touch of malice time. They're gonna be spawning house. Keep going. Oh my goodness. Desperate measures, right? Desperate measures too? Sparrow would be faster here.
Zone B captured. That's a power play. You took them. Now hold them.
Oh no. Still no kill.
Warlocks are better with books than with guns.
Back to A.
Rage is an excellent motivator.
Back to house. I'm just gonna blind fire this to house. That was pretty good. Alright, then we go back. Oh, Psych B. Alright, let's immediately get on the Sparrow. Because I know the way that this map timing works out is, especially in this meta, it's Fortress, by the way. You go to V flag, you get immediately naded out and you can't do anything. So you pretty much have to skip it. But if I beat their timing there, I can make them nade me a little bit earlier so I can back up to V flag. Oh, Psych, I got the good spawn. Never mind. I can die to Scorch right now. By die to Scorch, I mean an ignition. Alright, 71. I was wondering what kind of damage I did with this. This is the hallway I was talking about, getting naded out easy. I think 71's enough for me to combo my nade on certain resiliences. Just shoot him once with Touch of Malice, throw the nade. Kind of like that. Then get the Desperate Measures boost. Evac straight, not gonna save you. Someone else gonna come in? Teammates have it naded. Oh, that could work. Oh, unfortunate. I really wish that direct stuck. I wasn't paying attention to power mode, that's on me. The nitpick I usually have with playing these game modes, just letting them have machine gun for too long. I'm about to die to like Sparrow in a sec. I have radar booster on the auto rifle, so I can just tell where they are a little bit sooner. Oh, this is agonizing. Just gonna get out of here. They're gonna create a long lane. Put the rift down, start getting the void soul. It's okay if they have sniper, doesn't bother me. Nice. Alright, now I gotta ditch. They have completely overwhelmed this angle. Yeah, I'm just gonna do the smart thing and reposition entirely. I don't know what's better in this mode, Skimmer or Sparrow. We're gonna get ignited here in a sec. Let the Void Soul get the kill. Huge. Give the homie Devour. I see the vision. I'll fight the team fight. Let's see if I can do it. I think I got it. I think I got it. I think I got it. See, okay, this is one of my complaints about Sparrow control. Like, am I supposed to feel bad about taking that kill? If that was a team fight, they might have been able to win. If they didn't have guy on Sparrow, you know? I'm dead. Oh, maybe not. So, like, I understand, like, the fun nature of it for sure. But, like, Destiny has good gunplay, right? I don't ever hear people recommend it to their friends for the Sparrows. And I know they're also doing a sword celebration, like, the old man in me is showing, you know? Like, mad that kids are on the grass. But, yeah, that's not why I picked up this game. It's because it has Halo DNA and good gunplay. A little bit of Phantasy Star DNA in it. I need to empty my Touch of Malice as soon as possible. We're both completely lost on our terrain right there. I heard the spec, so I knew I had to make a move fast. Otherwise, my Nova probably wasn't going to be good enough. Tried to get the reversal there. Start emptying the Touch of Malice. This is the only negative part, is if you want to abuse the high damage round, you have to manually empty it every time. Wish there was a setting for it to just start on one. He made an orb. There's my Devour. Oh, Extendo Devour. I could just super here. That might have been worth. I had already killed one though, so I was really hoping that if he was going for my team, I could just focus on other people to chain the Devour. Sparrow blocking my path. Probably my own Sparrow, to be honest. Oh, that's so close to the kill. Oh, don't, Sui. That's worth. Did it kill the... Oh, maybe it's not worth. I was hoping to Devour right there to refight the other guy that maybe my magnetic would have hit if I ended better. That was the thought of the play. I gotta be fast to match this timing with my teammate. Oh, Sparrow's gonna kill me. Speaking of Sparrow's gonna kill me. Oh no, I shouldn't have done a Sparrow trick. I lucked out. Was trying to get a Sparrow ram right there. Oh, that melted him.
You fight like a demon for these zones. Bring me your friends. I need more like you.
Not exactly the kill chaining I wanted, but apparently the scoreboard says I did okay.